Chickens behind you? Ghost chickens? Yeah, you're being haunted by chickens. Be scared. This is my first story time video. And you can also see how the background is pretty dark. Yeah, I'm sitting in a pitch black room, which is probably a very tragic decision on my part because I know I'm gonna get scared. But basically, this is a story about my first and worst haunting experience ever. And it all took place in this house. I'm also really hesitant towards telling this story because every time I tell this story, the ghost likes to give me, a little friendly visit. So, not really looking forward to that. But thanks guys, really this is gonna be great for me. I'm gonna sit down so the background may look a little different in a second. Basically, I was attacked by a ghost in this house, okay? There we go, let's get into it. So this was back probably in I don't even know, a long time ago, pretty long time ago, but still enough for me to remember in vivid detail. So it was in the same exact house, in the same exact room, which makes it all the much more better. Basically, I was trying to get some sleep in my bed. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but thanks. I was trying to get some sleep in my bed, and I used to have this really long mirror next to my bed, and it's still actually next to my bed currently, and I can show you later on in the video if you'd like to see. But I was trying to sleep, and I'm just laying there in darkness, right now, and I look over at the mirror, and I see something in the background, and it's kind of standing in my doorway. So at first I'm like, no, okay, it's probably just maybe I have a coat hanging and it just looks like a person or a figure or something, but I'm like, it's nothing, and I kind of blow it to the side, and I just stay there, and I'm like, whatever, you know what, it's nothing, okay? And I force myself to close my eyes, and I go to bed that night, and it's, oh my god, I'm getting scared. No, I'm getting scared. Next night comes around, I'm looking in my mirror, and I see the same thing, and this time it looks a little bit closer. But once again, I'm like, nope, 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 nope. It's just a jacket, it's something, a piece of furniture, and it's just messing with my mind to make me think it's something. Is anyone else getting scared looking in the background? I have the viewfinder right in front of me. I'm looking in the background, I'm getting scared again. Honestly, why did I choose to make this video with no lights on? I'm getting scared. So then, third night rolls around, and I'm like, you know what? This is just gonna keep taunting me if I keep thinking it could be something, but I don't know for sure. So I'm like, I'm just gonna get up and I'm going to, look over at that without looking in the reflection in the mirror and see whatever I see with my own eyes, not looking in the mirror. So I turn and I look, and I'm like, oh, hi. So yeah, I turn over and I can clearly see that that is not a jacket. No, that is a lady right there looking at me. Sup, bae? And you know me, I am so terrified, and I was younger, but you know what, it doesn't even matter if I was younger. If I'd see that now, bye, I'd be dead. See it, and I'm like, no, 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 no. So I close my eyes, tell myself it's not real, force myself to go to bed. I can't. And then every single night I keep seeing it over and over again, and every single night she's getting closer and closer to me. Tense. And keep in mind, this is literally it's so stereotypical because it looks like the classic horror movie girl, Basically, not only did this girl have creepy eyes, creepy hair, creepy dress, creepy skin, creepy everything. She probably had a creepy butt. I don't know. I wasn't looking. That wasn't on my mind. I was young. And the worst part was her eyes were pitch black. It was like she didn't even have eyes. I'm pretty sure she didn't. It was just, seriously, it was black, and it literally looked like there was goo in her eyes. And I was like, that's so disgusting. Things are just going great because, who wouldn't like to see that, Look up, sup, bae, what's up? Sorry, it's not what I want. Maybe you guys want it. That's great. I don't. Maybe that's just me. Like I said, she's getting closer and closer with every night. And it gets to the point where it's almost as if I couldn't talk. I know everyone's probably like, why didn't you just go and tell your mom? Why didn't you go and tell your parents? I'm just it seriously seemed as if I just was frozen. I couldn't move, couldn't talk. I was just there staring at this creepy hoe. But this is where things get bad. Got to a point where it was more than just me seeing this girl and her seeing me. It was where I was physically being harmed by this girl. And this is also where the proof in my house comes into it. I also had extremely long fingernails. Like, you know, these are my fingernails. Ew, I know, gross. But like hers were like seriously like out to here. Like they were long. And she's coming closer to me, and as she's coming closer to me, she's scratching the walls. And I have marks all over my house, and I will show pictures or film whatever at the end of this video with the marks. But as she's coming closer, you know, every single night, it's a new position, until finally she's right like above my bed. You know, I'm laying down, and it starts with her just being next to my bed staring at me. And then, you know, the next night, she's like closer, slowly leaning over to me. And I'm like, girl, your breath is bad, back away. No, obviously I was not smelling her breath. But honestly, anyone whose eyes are oozing, I don't think they got that, you know, Arm & Hammer, fresh, minty breath. Excuse the rant, I guess I have some really just burned down anger towards people with bad breath. Sorry. So she's leaning over until this creepy hoe is taking her long fingernails and literally cutting my arm. Like, I remember this is when I really started to notice that I could not yell or move, because, you know, obviously you're being scratched, you feel the pain, you're trying to yell out. Like, I'm not just gonna be like, stop. Like, no, I was trying, but I couldn't do anything. And it was terrifying, and I remember I'd wake up with, like, sometimes my clothes would be ripped with the pajamas I was wearing that night. Other times I would just have blood on my arm. I'd have blood on my sheets. I remember sometimes my mom would even ask me about that. I would say I was on my period. I wasn't. Seriously, guys, this went on for about 2 months straight, with her starting at the doorway, getting closer and closer, leaning over, scratching me. It was an awful experience. The only time I do actually see her is when I tell this story, like I said in the beginning. Especially because that mirror is still next to my bed. I might want to get that moved. Not the brightest idea on my part. If you want, right now I will show you the little marks around my house where you can still see the scratches in the walls that are just... And then all of a sudden, one night, nothing. She just disappeared, and she didn't come back. And every once in a while I think I see something and I think it's her, but I'm like, nope, not going down that road again. Nuh-uh. You want to come at me, Susan? Come at me, Susan. Come. Just kidding, don't come, because you know what, I'm really scared. Don't come. And finally, here's the mirror above my bed. Okay, I turned the lights back on because, you know what, story's over. I do not need the stress anymore that the darkness is bringing, because I was scared, okay? You know, I kept hearing noises, and I'm sure one of you's gonna be like, Abby, didn't you see that there was, like, you know, a whole family of chickens behind you? Ghost chickens? Yeah, you're being haunted by chickens. Be scared. But that's the end of that, so thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you liked my first little story time. I'm still getting new at it, so it was a little weird, but I know maybe it seemed a little forceful, but I just tried to do the best that I could, and I hope you enjoyed. So if you did, please hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for next time. Bye, guys.